Hi guys, and welcome to a broadcast that I haven't done for a long time. I've been since 2020, somewhere 2019, somewhere around there was when I did my last broadcast on my own channel. I've been on some other channels, but this broadcast is where we are today, and it's the first one I've done for a long time, and I'm really excited. I've got my whiteboard. I've got a lot of things to cover. Now, before I get started, I want to tell you what this broadcast is going to be about and what the future holds for this channel. This channel is going to be about passive income for how do you to make money in a market in make money in bear market in crypto, in bull markets in crypto, but also affiliate marketing, building a list. The money's in the list. I'm sure you've heard of all that type of stuff. And I'm going to show you on this channel how to make money. But this first broadcast, I want to talk to you about cryptocurrencies and what's happening in the world. Now, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you won't know what's been going on. But there's some real crazy things that have been going on at the moment. Let me know in the comments that you can hear me okay. Just give me a thumbs up or say, yeah, everything's okay, that you can see me. We've got Crypto Pride there, got Lino. Hi, guys. Now, at the moment, I'm running I'm streaming this on a piece of software called StreamYard. I've got a free account, but I will be upgrading for my next broadcast so that other people can get involved and broadcast this on their own channels. But let me know that you can hear me okay in the comments, because that would be much appreciated before I move on, because what I don't want to do is be messing around and you can't hear me, or talking around and you can't hear me. So let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, if you don't mind. So let me carry on, okay? Because I haven't got any feedback in the comments there to say that you can hear me okay. So I would really appreciate if you could let me know whether you could hear me, so I can carry on. Now, what's been going on? What's going on with America? They're going after crypto, and it's sort of bleeding across to other countries in the Western Hemisphere. Thanks, Pride. Pride's got me there. Now, let's just go back a little bit here, okay? Because I want to show you, talk to you about what's going on now. The SEC are going after Coinbase and going after Binance. I don't know what happened there. The SEC are going after Coinbase and Binance. Now, what does that mean for us as JonnyBlockchain users that are using Binance? Well, let's first off have a look at what the USA, the SEC are doing regarding Binance. Now, they put a lawsuit out there, and they're trying to freeze the funds of Binance. This is going to take years, I can tell you that now. Is that, we've only got to look at XRP, for example. That's been going on for a long time. And when that resolves, I think XRP is going to pump up to $5. Now, Binance, in response, of what they've done is they've halted deposits in the US dollar. So you can't deposit US dollar into Binance.us anymore. I'm not sure if they've got any other on-ramping ways of getting into Binance, but I think obviously if you've got cryptocurrency, you could still get in and trade and do that type of stuff. If you've got money sitting on Binance.us, I wouldn't have a big sum on there. Put something on there that you can afford to risk or afford to live without, because I don't believe Binance are going anywhere very soon. They may well pull out of the US, we don't know. But what else is going on? What we got the EU. The EU is going after crypto as well. So if you're inside the EU, the EU, so Italy, France, all them countries, Germany, the EU have brought into bringing out a law that's going to start into effect, I think, on December, and that is that if you're transferring from one wallet to another, both wallets, the sending wallet and the receiving wallet, must have identification. So let's just say you've got a Coinbase account and you're in the EU, or you've got a Kraken account, or you've got a Binance account, and you want to send, $10 to a MetaMask wallet from one of those, those centralized wallets, if you like. They're not really wallets, but centralized exchanges. You're now going to have to provide the information of who owns that external decentralized wallet. Now, that's crazy. That's just crazy, because what they're doing is they're trying to bring this law in to stop movement. So when this law comes into effect in the EU, if you've got money sitting in, say, your Coinbase account, and you think, I want to pull it out of there, I don't really trust Coinbase anymore, I want to get it out of there, or you've got it on Kraken, you say, I don't really trust it anymore, or I want to pay for something, I want to buy a car off of somebody, or I want to buy some groceries and I want to send it over to another wallet. That other wallet has got to have identification saying who owns that wallet. And that means that you won't be able to withdraw to a wallet that you've got decentralized. And once they've got your wallet, they can then look at the blockchain and look at all your past transactions, because everything on the blockchain is all transparent. It's where everybody can look at what's going on the blockchain. They don't know who owns the wallet, but that's what the EU are changing. Now, I don't know if the UK are going to follow suit. The Americans seem to be really going after crypto and wanting to crush it completely. And I think they're doing themselves a disservice, for their citizens. And the US dollar is just going to fall off the face of the earth, in my opinion. Nothing I tell you in this video is financial advice, but let me know what you think, and give me your feedback. Let me know what you think of what's going on, because it's not only the US and the EU, but Australia have also imposed payment restrictions on crypto exchanges. So they're telling banks you cannot make deposits into crypto exchanges for your clients. So the big institutions can, but you can't. You're going to be stopped. You're going to be stopped. So if you want to deposit from an Australian bank and you want to buy some Bitcoin, or you want to buy some Ethereum, or you want to buy some ESCO, or you want to buy some Vol, you want to buy a cryptocurrency that's on a centralized exchange, and you want to put in some the Australian dollar, the banks are not going to allow you to do it. They're trying to stop this on-ramping for, the Europeans, the Australians. It will be New Zealand, it will be Canada. They want to do as much as they can to squash and destroy crypto. Let's face it, they stopped you having your grandmother, your granddad, your father, your mother around for Christmas. This is what they're going to try and do with crypto. They're going to impose these laws to try and crush it. But there's some places in the world where it's not going as in according to what I would say the West plan is, because if we go back through the news, we got the first, before I move on, the SEC, Gary, I don't know what his last name is, I forget now, but he says all cryptos are hoisters, fraudsters, and scammers. Unbelievable. Now, while that's all going on in Europe, Australia, Canada, the US, it's not touched the UK at the moment, but don't get me wrong, I think it's going to come to the UK as well. Russia has instructed the largest bank in Russia to allow crypto trading. Okay. The EU's own has officially gone into recession, so they're going to use this as a tool to get to kill crypto even more. And then let me just find here. I wanted to show you stuff here that was. So we've got other countries. We've got Brazil. We've got Dubai that are all going the other way. China have now in Hong Kong have lifted their restrictions for crypto, and they're allowing banks and institutions to offer crypto to their citizens in Hong Kong, and that will obviously go over to the mainland, because now Hong Kong, even though it was a separate state, it's part of the mainland. I was in China recently. You can pay in cryptocurrency in certain places across China. You can open up mining farms. Wonder why I was in China. You can do a lot of things now with crypto. China, what they did is they banned crypto, got rid of all the miners. They introduced their CBDC. They've got their centralized bank digital currency that they're operating in parts of China. Then they allowed other cryptocurrencies to come into play. Now, China, Russia, and there's Venezuela, there's Brazil, there's Africa. They're all going towards the crypto route. Yes, they're going to bring out decentralized CBDCs, but they're allowing you to use crypto because they know if they try and crush crypto, they will crush their own economies because people will get fed up with the banks. They'll pull their money out and they'll start to use crypto to cross-border payments to make themselves, give them the people that freedom, because that's what crypto was invented for. And let's face it, the SEC are going after centralized exchanges because they've got a head of a snake that they can cut off. They're going after CZ, the Chinese owner of or CEO or founder. I don't know what title you want to give him at Binance, because they've got somebody to get hold of by the neck and squeeze them tightly. They're going after Coinbase because Coinbase, they can see who's the head of the snake and they can try and cop it off. They're never ever going to be able to crush Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the only true decentralized crypto currency. Now you can look at all the other cryptocurrencies. You can go to Ethereum. You can go practically every. I can't think of one cryptocurrency except for Bitcoin that doesn't have a face to it. That somebody's created that coin and they hold a big wallet of it. If you go and look at the wallets who hold it, I mean, Binance, for example, they used to, before this SEC got involved, there was about over 90% of the coins were held by one wallet. The BNB coin was held by one wallet. That's centralization in itself, because that means that one wallet could have deployed all those onto the market and you would have seen that drop. A rug pull. They split that wallet up. Once they got found out, they split that wallet up. You've seen it with recent blockchains that have launched. You've seen it with recent coins that have launched. You've got a face. You've got a face that's behind the project. They can go after that face because that face is the head of the snake. They can chop that off and they can impose regulations on there. Yes, they can lock, a project can lock up its liquidity, but they don't lock up their liquidity forever. Most of these coins, they got 3, 4, 5 years. Some of them have got 15 years, but that means in some point that liquidity is going to be able to be pulled out. True decentralization is when liquidity is owned by you, the people, when you add a bit of liquidity and Bob down the road adds a little bit of liquidity and the donkey in the field adds liquidity. That liquidity is there from the users because they're adding the liquidity, the communities of these coins. That's where true decentralization. If you've got one wallet that holds most of the coins, that's not decentralization. So you need to be, I'm going to make you aware of these things on this channel. Now, what I want to talk to you about is, JonnyBlockchain. Now, JonnyBlockchain has been around since 2018, around there, 2018. We launched in 2019. We were on centralized exchanges. We were doing arbitrage. And what that arbitrage meant was that you could, buy a coin on one centralized exchange, withdraw it, send it to another centralized exchange, sell it on that centralized exchange, and hopefully make a profit. That arbitrage ran into some problems, and the problems is some coins, there's many coins that have the same ticker. Okay, so the ticker, if you look at Bitcoin, for example, the ticker for Bitcoin is BTC. If you look at Ethereum, the ticker for that is ETH. So if you look at Safu Go, it's SGO. That's the ticker. Now, there was a lot of cryptocurrencies that started out, the first one came out, and then somebody else made another ticker. Now, whether they did it intentionally or whether they did it, they didn't realize they'd done it, because let's face it, there's around 6,000 cryptocurrencies on the market at the moment. And without you researching all those 6,000, projects tend sometimes have the same ticker. They might have completely different names, But when they abbreviate it down to that ticker, they've got the same ticker. And that sort of threw a spanner in the works, if you like, for JonnyBlockchain's arbitrage robot, because we were constantly playing catch up, checking manually, because we have to check manually that the ticker on, you know, one coin on one exchange is the same coin on another exchange. And we started to do that, but we found that become more overwhelming. So what we did is we then looked to say, well, let's have a look at other trading ways that we can introduce a trading robot. So we started around 2020-21. I started to look into trading robots. I tested out a load of trading robots, and what we did is we got all these trading robots, and we thought, well, let's have a look at the code of that one, and we'll take that stuff from that one, we'll take that stuff from that one, and we'll add them together, and we'll add some of our own source in there as well. And so we created our own trading robot, and at the moment that trades on Binance.com and Binance.us. So I want to know, I suppose the question I've got for you is, let me know in the comments, is what other centralized exchange should we look at to replace Binance.us or to run alongside Binance.us? Now, we will be coming out with our DEX, and I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit later. But I want to know, what other centralized exchange would you like to see that the USA can use? A centralized exchange that you feel happy to deposit some funds in and use our trading robot. Now, you can use Binance.us right now. We implemented that. We were working on it. We used the Greek's Binance account. He let us use his account. We deposited a small amount of funds in there, and we set up the trading robot, and then it started to trade. And we said, right, we'll now make it public for everybody. We had to go and set up a new server for the USA. We just literally done that. And then the SEC come out and say that they're suing Binance and they're suing Coinbase. And, you know, that sort of, you sort of take one step forward and two steps backwards. It's just ironic that it came out at the time it did. But I still got funds inside Binance.com. So I'm going to carry on with that. I started my journey out on my trading robot with JonnyBlockchain with $1,300. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on my board here because I want us to remember that. Oh, let's get a dollar sign. Sorry, 1,300. So hopefully you can see that. I'll maybe use a darker pen. So $1,300 is what I started with on my Binance account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to share the screen and share the screen. Yes, don't ask me that again. I've not used this software much. So which one do we want? Is it that one? No, we want that one. Look at that. How fantastic is that? So here we are inside my JonnyBlockchain account, and I've found the most successful trading robots are with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I've tried lots of other robots with different coins, but what I found with these is that they do this big pump up, and then they sort of drop down, and they don't never recover for a while, for a long time, where Bitcoin tends to go up and go down, and you get that nice volatility. You know, you get that nice volatility. So if I look here, you can see if I come down my Bitcoin now. So if I just tell you about this, it says Bitcoin, obviously BTC. I've got take profits at 5% for this bot. This bot I've got take profits at 3%. This one I've got 4%. This one I've got 10%. So we just look across that row there. Now these bots are all more or less started at the same time, within sort of, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks of each other. But if you look at this bot here, this one where I've got take profits at 5% has made 31.56%. This one I've got take profits at 3% and it's made 11%. This one, 4%, is made at just over 11%. And this one, where it's got 10% profit, is only made 0.17%. If I go down a little bit further, I've got another one there. It says the average price, I've got 5% to take profits, and I've got the independent price to take profits at 1.2%. I'll explain that in a moment. Next one I've got is this one over on the far right here. This one I started in China. So I just need to update the settings on that to say what I've got the percentage there. This one I've got take profits at 10% on the average, and independent take 3% profit. That's made 1.39%. Okay. Now, if I come to the top here and I go to here, my account started with $1,300. Okay. So I've got a total profit of $1,048. So I'm just going to go to my little whiteboard here and just put that in. Total profit is $1,048.22. I don't know whether you can see that. Them pens are not that great, I must admit. I'll have to get some new pens. I've got a black one here. So that was $1,048.22. That's what I've made total profit. Okay, now that profit that's there is profit that's after trading fees have been taken out. Okay, now this was started around the 6th of Jan. Okay, trading with $1,300. So if I sort of take that $1,300 and I add it to this here, you know, that's going to say that total amount there is 2,000. What we got? 348 and 22 cents. There's some pennies there, right? So that's a total profit, a total ROI of it's 80.63%, somewhere around there. So 81%. Now, if I get my calculator, I know you can't see this, but I'll get my calculator. So I'm going to put the 80.63 in my calculator and then divide that, because we started on the 6th of January and what we now we're the 9th of June. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, so we got 5 months there. So if I divide that by 5 months, I've got an average ROI. I don't know whether we can see this. If I put it up here, 16.12%. Okay, 16% a month in passive income. That's what I've got inside my JonnyBlockchain account. I wanted to stay with 1,300 because I didn't want to put an amount in there. One, I don't trust centralized exchanges. But two, I didn't want to put such a big amount in there that people would look at it and say, you know, you can't make money. I haven't got thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But I put in 1,300. I've withdrawn out about $966, as you could see on the screen there in green at the bottom. You could see that I've drawn out $966. I've got another $82 that I can withdraw out. And I do physically withdraw that out of Binance. Okay, I withdraw the profits out. So I've withdrawn that out. So I've still got roughly my $1,300. When I draw that next $100 out there, that next $82, I'll be back down to roughly $1,300. I've made a little bit more than the actual amount on there because sometimes the coin it doesn't sell all of it because of decimal places. So I end up getting left with these little fragments inside the exchange. So I made maybe another $20 or $30 on top of that. And what I tend to do is just convert those back into BNB because I use BNB as to pay for trading fees inside Binance. So I started with $1,300. I've made just over $1,000 since the 6th of January. You know, that's an 80%, just over 80% profit. Okay, 80% profit, 80.63% profit ROI, which is giving me an average of about 16% a month. Now, obviously, it's not 16% every month because I know in some months I've got it, I've done it, and it's been up to as high as 20%, something like that. And then it's dropped down. OKX is, I'm not sure if that's, Lino, if that's okay for the US. I want to find out what's okay for the US. Hi, Jeremy. Have you got TG? Got a project? Right. So, yeah. So Lino says OKX, but I want to be checking because I looked at Kraken And Kraken don't allow New York. And if you don't allow New York, then you forget the rest of America, because everything will follow that. So I'm looking for a centralized exchange that will work okay with the USA. Now, what I want to do here is I want to come over to the trading bot screen again, and I'm going to click on this plus sign. And while I do that, I'm just going to come back and clear the board here. So I don't know what you think about that, but 16% ROI a month, I think is a pretty fair. That's a good income. That's a good income for a passive income. Now, when we go decentralized, I don't suppose that the ROI is going to go up, but the good thing about the decentralization is that you will have more control over your funds. You won't be at the mercy. You won't be at the mercy of exchanges. You know, centralized exchanges that could eventually freeze your funds. You know, so decentralized is the way to go. So before I show you what I'm about to show you on the screen now, I want to talk to you about our decentralization side of things. And we've got a DEX bot that's working with one wallet. It's working with a MetaMask wallet. And what we got to do is we've got to make that work with many wallets. We want it to work with multiple wallets. And that's the difficult hurdle that we've got to get over. Okay. Because we got to create smart contracts, we believe, for every trading pair. Now, that's a massive task. So we're going to obviously pick basic or the top trading pairs, you know, so say Bitcoin with, say, USTD, or with another stable coin, maybe Ethereum, because Ethereum and Bitcoin, for me, and I'll show you all of my bots, it's been the best bot. Now, so that's what we're looking. That's where we are now. Again, we're trading with the DEX. We're doing trades. We're making profits, but we're only doing that on one wallet. We introduced a second wallet recently, last weekend, and that second wallet, we then had a conflict because the one wallet went in on the smart contract, then the second wallet, and it caused a problem with the coding. And we've got to get over that problem. You know, we're treading new ground here because there's not really any decentralized trading bots. Okay, there's lots of centralized ones because they work with API keys. But if you want to work with, say, Pancake, or you want to work with Oopsie Swap, or you want to go over to the Pulse chain and work on, you know, their decentralized exchange, you're not dealing with a human being. You're dealing with smart contracts. There's nobody to really go to and ask them questions. All you can do is look at the code of the smart contracts, look at the liquidity pools, because on a centralized exchange, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but on a centralized exchange, you're actually just trading with somebody else on the exchange. You don't maybe know their name, but you've got what's called an order book. You've got all the people that want to sell, and you'll have people that set limit orders in there and say, you know, I've got coin A and the price for it right now is $9. When it goes up to $10, I want to sell it. Then you'll get somebody that's coming in on the buy side and will be buying from what's called the market orders. And it will take the lowest price in the order book and sell it. And it will slowly, the order book will move up and it will get to that $10, what that guy set his limit order in, and he'll sell, he'll make a profit, and somebody else would have paid him his profit. Now, with a decentralized exchange, you haven't got an order book. There's no order book. You're not buying from anybody. You don't care if you're the only trader. What you're interested in is what's called a liquidity pool. And so if you've got two coins, and I'll just do it here. So we'll do coin A or token A, because the coin is what runs a platform and the token is what sits on it. So if you like, if you've got a blockchain is the road, okay, they produce their own coin, their own native coin. Any other anybody else that wants to use that blockchain, the road, they're called tokens. So you've got token A and token B. Okay, now I supply token A and I supply token B. Now let's just say they both have a dollar value of $1. Okay, so you've got a dollar value of $1, and I want to put in some liquidity. So I put 100 of coin A and I put 100 of coin of token B. Sorry, 100 token B and 100 token A, and I add that to what's called a liquidity pool. So now if you are over here and you say, this is me, this is you sitting here with your nice smiley face, I'll give you some air. This is you, and you say, well, I want to buy, I've got coin B or token B, and I want to buy some coin A. So what you do is you put your token B into the liquidity pool, you take out token A, which now is pushed the price up to say $1.50, because this is now gone down to 99 tokens, and this has gone up to 101 tokens. Obviously, the mathematics are not exactly correct there, but that's how a liquidity pool works. Now, if that liquidity is locked, you're fairly safe that you can carry on trading in that liquidity pool. Now, as time goes on, more people say buy token B. That pushes the price up because A will be coming out. A will be coming out. That will push the token price up of this token here. This will go up. This one will go down in value. So this will start to be, 90 cents, 80 cents, and so on. So the more people that add token B to the liquidity pool pushes down the price of this token. They remove this token from the liquidity pool. It's a bit like a scale, if you've got apples sitting on a scale or grapes, I'll say grapes. You've got 10 grapes on that side and 10 grapes on the other side. Once you start to take away some of the grapes on one side of the scale, you get this tipping motion. And that tipping motion is what activates the price. All that's done through a liquidity pool, and all that is managed through a smart contract. Now, that smart contract, we got to build another smart contract that talks to this smart contract and talks to your wallet over here, your MetaMask wallet. So that's what we're doing right now. We're working on this part of it here because we obviously know how the liquidity pool works. We've already traded in this because we can do it manually with our own MetaMask wallet. We've already set up the bot to do it with one MetaMask wallet and it trades great. It does it. But we now got to make it so it interacts with many wallets over here. We want lots of wallets that our bot can trade with. So that's where we are with the decentralized exchange. Now, when it comes to creating a robot on JonnyBlockchain, there's a few things that you must look at when you're setting up your bot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back a screen. I'm just going to go back here. And I'm just going to show you, let me just close that. I'm just going to show you some of the bots that I've got that have run into trouble. So I've got this bot here, this QNT bot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this bot. As you can see, it's got one lot outstanding. It bought that lot. It's in grey there. I don't know whether you say it. It bought it for $19.96. If it sells that now, it will sell it for $15.20. Well, obviously, that will make a loss, so the bot won't sell that. Okay, so let's go down to this one here. This one here. So we've got 3 lots outstanding, and this one has got an average buy-in price of $50.92. It's spent $52.92. If it was to sell now, it would sell at a loss at $31.78. So let's have a look at this, because this bot's got a red triangle here to say that it run into problems. So let's see why that runs into problems. And it runs into problems because of this here. I've adjusted the settings, which in hindsight, I can see now that it's the wrong strategy to use, because what I was trying to do was be clever and say, I'm going to set my robots up with less money than what I've actually got to trade with, or more money than what I've actually got to trade with. So what I tried to do was, if I come back up here, cancel this. If I go to this calculator here, you can see that here, fund balance. Can you see that? I'm actually trading with $4,273 more than what I've got in my account. Because if you remember, when I did my, before I rubbed it off, I had $1,500 inside, $1,300 inside my Binance account. And I told the trader, I'm just going to get a bit of water. So talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds. Sorry about that. It's a warm, the sunshine is, these last couple of years, the summers in the UK are getting more and more like the lovely country Italy that I love so much, where my good friend Lino is. Now, so I'm trading with more dollars than what I actually had inside my Binance account. And I thought I'd be clever and set up my bots so that they didn't trade the full default settings. That was a mistake, because what happens here is, if you look here for this one down here, this one, and they're all the same, these ones that have run into trouble, and I'm slowly adjusting them, okay? I'm slowly adjusting them. I'm watching the market and I'm slowly adjusting them. But the point of a bot is I shouldn't have to go in and watch the market and slowly adjust them. They should automatically run, providing I leave the default settings. So if I go in and look at this one, okay? Now, if I look at the settings, so I'm going to go from left to right here. So we're going to go on this lot number 1. Okay, you've got lot 0 is the very first trade. That's ground zero. Now we're going to look at when lot 1 is triggered. So I'm trading with $20. Okay, the first trade's done $20. Now, I've said in my settings, I've adjusted this from the default settings. If the price drops by 5% from the last buy, and it has a pullback of 0.5%, and I'll show you that in a moment on the board, then spend another $20, and that's called the average settings. Then we come to lot 2. So we say, if the price drops by another 5% from the last buy, which is lot 1, then spend $12, which is 60% of the $20, okay? And that's an independent. Now, on the far right here, it says keep profit. Now, that says 90%. So what that means is the system will keep profit. So if you made $1, the system will only show you've made 10 cents, because the 90 cents will be used to bring down the average price of the lots above it, which would be, in this case, lot 0 and lot 1. Then lot 3, if the price drops again by 3%, then come in and buy 75% of what I've allocated, because I've allocated, each trade was $20 and it's going to buy $15 worth. And again, it will keep 90% of that to go towards the average price. Now, if I come to a bot that's the standard settings, okay, if I go to here, the standard settings, let's click this up. Right, so here, what we've got here on the screen, if we look lot 0, that's the very first trade that will ever be done by the robot when you set it up, based on what you put in this box here, okay? So this box says initial buy up or down move. So in other words, you can say, well, I don't want to buy in until I see that the market is starting to go up. I'm looking at the chart, and I want to say that I want to see the market go up by 0.2% for this particular trading pair that I'm going to set up before it makes its first buy. Or I might look at the chart and say, well, the price at the moment I feel is a bit high. It's a bit oversold, and I think it's going to drop down. So I could put a minus sign in here. I could say, well, I want the price of the market to drop by 1%. So I put in here a -1. That means the bot will trigger the first buy. The initial order will be placed when the price gets to where this setting tells it. The default setting is it wants a move up of 0.01. So you don't have to adjust anything with the bot, okay? And this is the same for centralized and decentralized bots. It's exactly the same setting. These are the default settings. Now, we know that our default settings can handle almost 100% drop. It's about an 89, 90% drop in the market and still make a profit. But if you start to delete like I did, because you've got this little dust can at the side here, if you start clicking on them, that will start to delete those lots off, and that will mean that the bot can't buy those lots because you've removed them. Okay, so you've got all these lots. Now, if you get your calculator out and you add up all these minus, so we're saying the first buy it does is going to be lot 0. That's ground 0. That's where it buys in. The second one, it won't buy in unless the market drops by 2% and has a pullback of 0.5%. So what does that mean? So let's just get my blue pen, I think. Right. So let's say that the price now, you've got this is 0, ground 0. Okay, there's where you open your bot. You say, this is where I want to start my bot. And in this case, I want the price to go up by 0.01%. So hopefully you can see that. I don't know if that's visible. Let me go over to because I'm in that bottom right hand corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop sharing for a moment, and then we'll come back, because you can't really see that. I can see that you can't see. So let's just get this so you understand. Right. So you're setting up your bot, and if I come right over here, I think you can see. So your lot 0. What you're saying is the default settings is 0.01. The price has got to move up. So here's 0. The price has got to move up slightly before it does a buy. Okay. Now, that's lot 0. Now, what happens is now you've got to look at lot 1. Now, what we're saying now, let's just assume that you bought in there, and now the price starts to come down. It starts to come down. Now, the default setting says it's got to drop by -2%. Now, that's a big drop in a cryptocurrency right out the gate. You know, obviously there's some big, you can have over the course of a day, you can sometimes have volatility of 5, 4%, 3%, 10%, 30%, sometimes even more than 30, 40%. But for it to buy, this is lot 0. Okay, this is lot 0. This means it's the very first trade that it does. Lot 1, the price has to drop down by 2%. There's the trigger point. So I'll put there trigger point. That's the 2%. Now, what the bot says in the settings, that it's got to have a pullback of 0.5% before it does the second buy, which means a pullback means it's got to go up by 0.5%. So it's dropped 2%. It hit the trigger point. It went up by 0.5%. So that means now that the bot has bought in when the price had actually dropped by 1.5%. Now, the reason why we put that pullback in, because when a coin tends to be in that bear run, it tends to not go back up by 0.5%. It tends to move up, a small bit. I can't say the exact amount, but it can move up a small bit and then carry on going down. So that means the bot never actually triggered here, never actually did the next buy here. It didn't do that because the price never ever got there. If I moved that, it never got there. It went down, then it came back up again. Maybe came up by 0.2%. And still never triggered it. Went down again. Then it came back up again by 0.004%. So it still never triggered the bot. Then it went down again, and then it came back up, and it come 0.5% over here. That would be the point where the bot would make the second buy. Okay, the second buy. Now, if the market keeps dropping, you could end up having lots that are held by the bot, and it's got to monitor what's going on. Okay, now let's just say now we're coming to that was lot. This is here. We got lot. Oh, wrong pen. Sorry. We got lot 1 here. So we got lot 1. So we got lot 0 up here. That was the first one. Second one. So in actual fact, that could have dropped somewhere, say 4% in the market. 4%, even though the default settings said it wanted to drop by 2%. But because it never had that pullback, it never triggered that next buy. Now we're coming into lot 2. Okay, so we've done 0, 1. Now we're in lot 2. Same scenario. If the price drops by 2%, that's what the settings say, buy the next lot. Well, let's say that the price doesn't drop by 2% and it drops, it doesn't drop by 2%, but it doesn't get up to, so it doesn't drop by 2% initially. The market goes down. Let's just say that the market now drops by another 4%. Okay, it's had this movements up and it's waiting for the pullback, but actually from this point here, it actually dropped another 4% and it does another buy-in. Now, this is where the magic of the robot starts to take over. If you've got more lots, now that can carry on going down and down and down, and that would cause the bot to buy lots, buy lots, buy lots. And what you'll find will happen is if you've cut off some of those lots, the bot will stop because it cannot make any more buys. It needs to make a buy so it can make a sale. That's what it's got to do. Because if you cut off all those lots like I showed you, you started deleting those bins, and I think there's about 60 there. If you start deleting those off and you don't allow the bot to buy in down at that low price, as you might have allocated for this bot, say $600, because that's what we say you need to run a bot. If the market dropped by 90%, you need $600 for your bot to be able to recover in a bear market. But if you've cut those lots off, which I know most people did because I made videos saying to people, this is what I'm going to do, it was the wrong strategy. So in hindsight, I'd like to retrace time, but you can't do that. So now I realise that it's better to have all the lots out running, allocate the funds that I feel. Now, if it's Bitcoin, I found you don't obviously need that $600 because Bitcoin tends to not go past about lot 5 to 7, somewhere around that. That other coins I've seen where they've gone up by 20% in a day and dropped down by 40%. Well, that would be about 30 lots because that's half of the lots. So my bots were stopping because I'd adjusted the settings. I didn't stick with the default settings. We have those default settings because they're tried and tested. I went against my own principle and adjusted those default settings. Now, what happens is, let's say that this bot's dropped by 4%, it's bought lot 2. So it's got 0, 1, and 2. Now, we know that if it goes up by 4%, it's going to be able to sell this lot 1. Okay, it'll be able to sell that. So if it went up to, say, 4.5% or 5%, it would be able to sell that. But let's say, so it would sell that lot and that lot. Well, let's just say, imagine that it never went back up because it was a bear market. It never went back up by 4%. So that means it would never be able to sell this lot 1. That's okay, because this lot, it's only got to go up by whatever you've set, 1%, 0.5% in the settings. It's only got to go up by 0.5%, say, and it will sell. It will make a profit. It will show you some of that profit in your back office to say, well, we've made $1, you've made 10 cents. The other 90 cents, because you spent over here $20. The other 90 cents, it will say, well, now you didn't spend $20, you spent $19.20. So now your average price has come down. And then this bot down here again does another buy, does another sell, makes another bit of profit. And depending on what the settings are, let's say it kept 50% for the fit, showed you 50%, kept 50%. It will keep bringing this down. So this $20 will go down to $19, then $18, then $17 that you spent. And eventually it's going to be able to, the bot's going to be able to sell both of these lots, lot 1 and lot 2, and make a profit, even though it never ever got back to the price where lot 1 was bought in. That's the beauty of this robot. It will buy in. So if I go back to my screen and I'll just show you that again, share screen. I think it's that one. Is it that one? Yeah. So again, if you look in here on the screen, this will, you got lot 0. And if we go down, right down to the bottom, let's go down, 38 lots. Okay, all with different settings, 38 lots. So that means that the bot could get all the way down here And it would if you was to sell everything when it got down there, of course you're going to make a loss. Well, you don't want it to sell everything. What you want the bot to do, let's just say it got down to this alert 38, and that was actually the bottom price. That was the bottom price. And now the bot started to make a profit down at that low level. Well, as you can see here, it says keep 50%. So that's going to show you 50% in your back office to show you've made a profit. So if you made $1 on the bot down here, it will show you that you've made 50 cents, and the bot will keep 50 cents to bring down the price of this one. So this one, you're saying you can see there it spent $10.40. Well, now it's only spent $9.90. You see, and if it did that again, where it made a profit down there, it would keep bringing it down so that this would eventually get to a point where it spent zero on that lot, spent zero money. So that means it could sell that lot and make a profit. So now it's sold this lot and this lot. Now it's got to come back to this 30. It's going to 37. It won't need 38 now because it's sold it. It will buy again in at 37. And again, the same thing will happen. Once it starts to make a profit in that lower end, it will keep some of the money until this lot gets to the point where it can take profits. And it will sell both lots together and make you a profit. Now, it may sell both lots and only make you 50 cents on those. It might make you 10 cents. But the point is, it's now starting to release $30 back into your account that can be used for future trading. And it will keep moving back up this screen, back up, back up, back up, until it gets to the top where it's trading and it's got you your profit. Now, I use it, the analogy of that, you know, if I was to put money here in the UK, okay, let me just stop this sharing. If I was to put money into a bank here in the UK, I wanted to set up one of these savings plans, and my wife did it. She only put 5 grand in, and she locked it up for, I think it was for 4 years. Okay. Now, when she locked that up for 4 years, she can get an emergency, get it out under emergency circumstances, but she loses the interest that she would have got. Okay, so she put the money into this account for 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, she went to the bank to sign a form to release the funds with the interest. She had enough money to take me out for McDonald's with the profit that she'd made. But the point is, she couldn't get that 5 grand. You know, that 5 grand was locked up because to give her something like 0.04% over that period a year. Look at my hands, where have all that ink? Over a period of a year. Where's my water? I've lost my water now. I had water in the room here, and I don't know what I've done with it. So she actually locked up that money, and that's what I'm going to do with trading. Of course, this is not financial advice. But what I want to do is to tell you that when you start out trading, doesn't matter what you're doing, where you're trading, whether you're using JonnyBlockchain or whether you're using any other trading platform or any other trading robot, you should be allocating some funds. You should have the mindset, I'm going to allocate some funds, and those funds could be $100, $1,000, $10,000, and I'm going to forget about those for 12 months or longer, because my wife locked up 5 grand for 4 years. Okay, so she forgot about those funds. You know, she couldn't go to the bank and say, you know what, can I, out of that 5 grand that you've got of my money, can I have 50 quid because I need to go and get some shopping? No, she would have had to get it all back, fill out a form, lose the interest that she'd have earned up until that point, and she'd have had to walk away from the deal. This is what you need to be thinking about when you're trading. You need to be able to allocate some funds. So let's just say you had $1 grand. Okay, you got 1K. You're allocating those funds, and you're going to say, well, I'm going to lock that up, a bit like a liquidity pool. I'm going to lock that up, lock it up. Okay, I'm going to lock that up, and I'm going to wait 12 months and see what I've earned with my $1,000 in 12 months. Now, the beauty of the trading robot is when you look, if I go back to my back to my screen, share the screen. Now, the beauty of this is let's just go here, share that. If I come to here and I cancel this bot that I was setting up there, and I go to here, JonnyBlockchain will show you what you can withdraw out of your account, providing you're not over trading. You see, I'm over trading. I'm over trading by $4,000. Okay, I only had $1,300 in there, so I'm actually over trading $1,300 plus another $4,000. So I'm well over trading. Providing you're not doing that, you can withdraw these funds out of your Binance account or out of your wallet when the DEX comes without affecting the trading robots. Now, if I do that, which I have done, it does affect my trading robots because I'm trading with more money than what I actually had. But if I was only setting up bots to trade with $1,300, I could have possibly not made as much profit because, you know, some bots will have a lot of volatility, some bots won't. You know, it's like I showed you here. If I come back here, I'm just putting BTC in the search there. So you could see this one made a profit there of 31%, okay, which made me a profit of $22. This one only made me a profit of 11% or just under 12%, but made me a profit of $70. So depending on what your settings say and how much you're trading with will tell you how much you're making and what you can withdraw out of the system. So JonnyBlockchain is designed to show you what you can withdraw. I've already withdrawn out there $966. I've got another $82 that I could withdraw out, and I can take that profit out. So I made a total profit here, which I've withdrawn some of it, of $1,048. So if let's just say my year was up, I would still have, you know, in my case, it was 1.3, $1,300 inside my Binance account. Let's say that the year was up, I would have earned $1,048 and some cents for the year. Okay, it's been 5 months so far. But if I let my bot run, I can still, at the end of the year, say, well, I still got that sitting inside my Binance account to carry on trading. And let's just say that I do, this is 5 months, there's 12 months. Let's say that I did actually, this doubled. So I've got $2,000, you know, $2,000 that I've made profit for the year, trading with 1,300. Now, of course, that's not life changing. But what I could do is I could say, well, I'll start to increase this. I'll do a little bit of compounding. Now, what I can say is, which is what I will do, is I will say, well, what I want to do out of this $2,000, I will keep withdrawing until I've got $1.3 thousand back in my pocket. That means once I get there, I'll have $500 at the end of the year that I could carry on with, which would be free money. I could trade with that $500. So what I will do is I will take out profits until I've got my $1,300 back in my pocket. So at the moment, as you can see on the screen there, I've got about another $250 to go. And I've got my money back, my principal. I've still got 1,300 in my Binance account. So that means that's free money now. I don't have to do anything with that. I don't care if I lose it all because I've got my principal back. So that's the way I'm doing my robot, is I want to take out my principal, So I'm trading with free money. And it's the same with anything. I've seen it so many times that people buy into a coin and they compound. I was a victim of this myself. Compounding looks great on a piece of paper. As Albert Einstein said, it's the eighth wonder of the world. But the problem is compounding doesn't pay the bills. And what you can do is you can get this, I'll use the word, I don't want to be rude to anybody, but you can get this long-term vision greed. Because you can see, say, if I compound, and I compound, and I compound, and compound, by next year, I'll be a millionaire. You can't tell the future. I did it in programs like Titano. I was in Titano, I compounded. And as luckily, I started to take money out. But I saw other people online say, I'm going to compound. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to be diamond hands. I'm going to be diamond hands and I'm going to compound. Diamond hands don't pay the bills. Paper hands don't pay the bills. What you've got to be is in between the two. You've got to be a person that says, I've got some Safu Go coins. Now, at the moment, it only launched, a few days ago, almost not even a week yet. At the moment, I haven't done anything with the coins that I bought. I'm letting it, because they're doing automatic compounding for me. I'm letting it compound. Now, I'm not at the stage where I've doubled my money. I've got to double my money. Then I can take out my principal. Okay. Now, what happened with Safu Go is, in my view, it was launched in the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. It's not my project, and it's easy to say it on the outside and say, well, you should have did this. If you want to do it another way, you should do your own launching of your own project. But Safu Go, the price pumped up, you couldn't sell, and somebody sold, took all the a good majority of the liquidity. The price went up to, I think, was over nearly $1,400, $1,500. I forget. I was on an aeroplane actually coming back from China. I landed back in the UK, and the price had gone down to like $180 or $280. I forget. So I'd spent around about I spent about $700 in total, and when I come back, I'd lost around $500. And I saw people dumping their coins because they panic. These are what called paper hands. They panic because they're over leveraged. They shouldn't have bought in if they're not prepared for the price to go down. I sat and wait. I just sat and wait. Sit and look. Don't do anything. If you're not sure what to do, don't do anything. I sat and waited. I'm now at the point of break even, where if I take out, I'd get back my principal, which is about $600-$700. I'll have to do all the maths. I haven't really done it. I haven't had time, to be honest. But I want my bag to increase by, say, $1,400, double up. Then I can take out, say, $300. And then I shall let it compound for maybe a week. And then once a week, I'll take out some. Compound for a week, take out some. Compound for a week, take out some. Eventually, I'm going to get back my principal. That might take me 4 or 5 weeks to do. Doesn't matter. 20 weeks to do. Doesn't matter. I'll get back my principal. Then that's free money. That's true passive income. That's the same with JonnyBlockchain. When you set up a trading robot, you allocate some funds for the whole setup that you want to do. If you're going to allocate, I'm making, what did I say I was making? I don't know. Did I get rid of the calculator? I did. So I had a profit there of 80%, 80.63%. So 80%, 0.63. Obviously, this, I'm not saying this is going to be the same for you. And I'll divide that by 5. I know you can't see the calculator. So that was 16% a month, roughly just over 16% a month. Now, obviously, if you're trading, with $100, that's $16 a month, So it's not a lot. It's not life-changing, is it? But if you're trading with $1,000, well, then obviously it's $161 average a month. So you could say, well, that's not life-changing. Well, of course it's not life-changing. But the thing is, would you like to have an extra $160, $170 in your pocket at the end of each month? Of course you would. You can either go out and spend it on a nice evening out, a nice meal out, or to treat the family, or you could say, heck, it's brought my mortgage payment down, or it's brought this payment down. This is not financial advice. You obviously do what you want to do, because people ask me all the time, what's the minimum I can trade with? Well, the minimum you can trade with is $20. But let's face it, if you're trading with $20 and you're making, 16% a month, you're making $3.20 a month. So is it worth starting a trading robot on $20? Is it worth buying a little bit of Bitcoin for $20 and wait for the price to go up and then sell it to make some profit, and then wait for the price to go down and sell it and buy some more, and rinse and repeat that cycle? Of course, you could do that. But if you're looking for life-changing income, Now, I don't know what life-changing for you, because I found that most people that work online, they want to be a millionaire by next Thursday. And I could tell you it's not going to happen. You're not going to be a millionaire by next Thursday in reality. Sometimes you can. You could buy a coin and it could pump. Yeah, I don't know, your grandfather could die and you didn't even, or a long-lost relative could die. You didn't know you had them and they were multi-millionaires and they left you $1 million or £1 million in the bank, you know. But if you want to start a passive income, because this channel's about passive, setting up a JonnyBlockchain robot is the start of a passive income. I'm going to show you multiple passive incomes on this channel. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the chat here, because we've been going for about an hour now, and I don't like to go too long. Uxie, Lino, yeah, of course. You know, we want the DEX trading robot, okay? We want the DEX trading robot to work with Uxie when it comes out, which is Vulcan's blockchain. We also want it to work with Pulse Chain's blockchain on their decentralized exchange. At the moment, we've got it working on Uniswap. And it works on the Binance Smart Chain. So we're on the Uniswap. And regardless of what happens to Binance, you know, Binance could go out of business. The blockchain's still there. You might not use, BUSD in the future. I don't know. I don't believe that they're gonna get rid of Binance, because Binance will move to a country where they can operate in. Okay. Now they might not be able to accept UK and Europe and US. You know, they might move to Russia, for example. And you say, well, the banks won't allow you to connect with because of what's going on in Ukraine. You know, all this political stuff going on in the background. But the blockchain will still be there. The BNB coin will still be there. The Binance coin, the BUSD will still be there. So you'll be able to trade with those, I believe, even if Binance centralized exchange is gone. Obviously, I could be wrong. I don't know. But we want our trading robots to work with multiple DEX robots. We'll keep the centralized, but I've guessed that most people will move decentralized because of what's going on. I mean, Lino did tell me that Binance.com are starting to put many, many rules in for Europe, because Lino's in Italy. So they're starting to put many rules in for that there. Can we try your first? Let's. So Simon says, can you try your first MetaMask robot? Well, we are already trading with our MetaMask robot. We paused the trading because we can see it trades. Okay, we traded with BNB, we traded with Bitcoin. It trades, so we don't have to. We know it trades with a smart contract and with the MetaMask wallet. Now, what we need to be able to do is to open it up for multiple wallets, for multiple users, so that they can trade independently. Because what you've got to be able to look at, you know, the USA, for example, I'm using them, and Europe and Australia are going after the heads of the snake, if you like, the head of the organizations, to cut them off. So let's just say that JonnyBlockchain became really successful and lots of people are making lots of money using a decentralized DEX bot. Well, they can come after me and say, you've got to shut down or we're putting you in prison. So I shut down, and that means you can't use a trading robot. But because it's decentralized and it's a smart contract, you can go into the smart contract, in which I will make future videos to show you how to do that. And you will trigger in the smart contract to return your funds back to your wallet. You can't lose your funds. The only way you can lose your funds in a decentralized exchange robot is that the coin or the token that you buy drops off the face of the earth. It goes to zero. It's rug pulled. Or, you know, the authorities actually do eventually squash all cryptocurrencies. Then, of course, it will drop to zero. I don't believe they're going to be able to do that. I don't believe they're going to be able to stop Bitcoin, because they've got no head of the snake to cut off. Nobody can go after Bitcoin because the code is being deployed. No, Tashi, what his name was, the guy who invented it, or the group of people who invented it, nobody knows who they are. And that code is already deployed and nobody can take that away. So, I'm sorry, Simon, long story there. Right now, you can't use the DEX trading robot, but we're hoping that you're going to be able to start using it very, very soon. We're working flat out to to get that done. So let's see if we've got any other comments here. Let me know if you've got any questions about about JonnyBlockchain or anything really. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments there, and I'll try and show you. So that guy's been in. Let's just see. Can we reset the lots back? Well, actually, you don't need to reset the lots back. You can just click on the plus sign. It will add the lots back. So you're going to, like I've done in some of my bots now, I add it down to 4 lots, which I realise now in hindsight was a wrong move. So, of course, for me, I'm over trading. So, I mean, I'm trading, my bot thinks I'm trading, what, 4,500 plus the 1,300 that I've got. So I should have in my Binance account, what, 5,000, nearly $6,000, but I don't. I have 1,300. So my bots could possibly still run into problems. But if you can afford to put more funds in, you can start to add more lots back to your bots. You can go over to, create a new bot, and you can look at the default settings, take a screenshot, then go back into your bot and start to click on the plus sign. If I show you that, let me just do that. Let's show you that what I mean. Let's see where we are. This one there. Share screen. So look, if I come back to my bots and I click on this plus sign and I go down, I can see the lots here. So I can start to take some screenshots of the lots so I know what they are. Or I could open this up in another tab. I could duplicate the tab, which I could do. I could just click on this, duplicate the tab. And then what I'll do is, I know you can't see the duplicated tab, but I would then go into my robots that are stopped. So if I go over to one of my robots and let's have a look at one of these that are stopped. So this one here. So I click on this cog, go in here, and I can see now that I've upset the bot because I've got this. This one is, well, you see the price is not even dropped on that one. So let's just go to find another one. Let's just go back here. Because sometimes the error, let's just see what the error was. So if I click on this, this red triangle here, sorry, the magnifying glass. If I click on that, it will tell me what the error was. And the error was not enough funds to buy. So that means my bot stopped there because I'm over trading. It needed to buy, an amount, and I didn't have any funds there, no stable coin available for it to buy. So I would need to add some more funds back into it. If I don't have any funds, I'd add some more funds and then I'd restart the bot. But if I've got a bot, let's just see if I can find a bot that's maybe done a few more. This one's got 5 lots. Let's just have a look in this one. Click in there. And this has got 5 lots. So you could see that this bot, again, this obviously run out of funds. So, because it's not, you see, when these are grayed out, it means it can't buy. It's already bought those and you can't delete them. This one I could delete off because it hasn't done that lot 5. Now, what you can do is if you want to add more lots, let's say that they were all grayed out and it can't buy no more. So you want to add another lot, you just click on the plus sign there and it'll automatically add the lot to it. You can check on the default settings what lot 6 should look like. And on the default settings, I can tell you, I know you can't see this, but the default settings should be -2%. And we've got -2% on that 6. I pull back a 0.5, 100%, lot 6, 60% of the buy, and it's got 100 in here. So I do 60% in there. And then it says it's an independent. Let's just see what this lot 6 was on the other screen. I know you can't, is an independent. And it says keep 50%. And this says keep 50%. So the keep bit means that the system's going to keep 50%. It will show you 50% profit. Now you could say, well, what I want it to do, I want it to keep 80% or 90%. That means it's going to use a lot more of that money to bring down the price of the buy-ins above. So you could say, well, I'll take 10% profit to show on the front end because I want it to start showing, to start to get rid of those lots before. Or you could set this to 100%. So I'm not worried about taking the profit now. I want it to sell all these lots, get this money back that I've allocated over here. So I'm going to change this to 100%, change this one you can change, this can't because you've already done it, you know. Well, you can actually, you can change these, you just can't delete them. So you can change those if you've got lots, you've got bots that have got lots that are outstanding. So hopefully, Simon, that sort of answers your question. That can you reset the bots to auto settings? You can. There is a button that says click default. Let me just have a look at that. Let me share the screen again. Presentation, share the screen. That one. Share the screen. Now, if I come back up, because this is a bot that I haven't started. So let's go back, cancel this. Let's just try what you just said is the best thing. So I'm going to go here to this one here. Let's close that down. I'm going to go to this one here. I'm going to go to edit the set. Well, which was the what? This mask one. Look, this one. So I'm going to go in, edit the settings. Now at the top, you should be able to see. Let's just see. Here, look, restore default settings. So let's have a look what we got. We've got 4 lots, okay? And you can see here it says drop by 5%, drop by 5%, drop by 5%, and then in this initial buy here, we've got 100%, 60%, 45%, and so on, and 200%. That means how much it's going to spend here. And this says 90 and 90, and this says average, independent, average. So let's reset default and see what happens. There you go. So now it's added all the lots back. It's added all the lots back into the system. So I haven't got to go and do it manually. So that was a good exercise that we just did. I got 38 lots there. And if I come up the top here, back to the top, you can see that these have even changed. That it's in. So this bot now, I could, if I've got the funds available, I could then it's put all these settings back up here to default settings. I could then activate that bot. I can save it. I'm not going to activate it, but because I want to check that what funds I need for it. I can save that, and as you can see there, it's saved the bot. So that bot now, I could then check that I've got the funds available to start that bot up. And if I go up to my withdrawal calculator here, I've got $68 worth of BUSD, and I've got $16, just over $16 worth of USTD. So let's say I had 0, I would know now that I would need to deposit at least $20 of BUSD back into Binance for that robot for me to be able to start it again, because it's probably going to want to buy another lot. Okay, and that's what you can do with your settings. So hopefully, Simon, that sort of answers your question. And it answered, did you see that? Did you see what I just did there? I don't think you did, because I was on the wrong one. Yeah, look, I'm on this screen here, and then there it is, Simon, it's here. Restore default. And if you look here, look at these, -8%, this one here, look at lot 1, -8%, 100%, and an average. So if I restore default, bosh, you see that lot 1? It now says -2%. So it's put it back to the settings. And if I look down here, all the lots have been added, because this only had 5 lots. So all the lots have been added back. Everything's back to the default. I could make this active now if I wanted to. Well, I'm not going to make it active. I will just click on save, but I already did that on another screen. So I'll just cancel that for the moment. And then what I would need to do is to go to my have a look what I've got in Binance. So I come over to here, because my API keys are going to tell me. It tells me I've got $68 of BUSD. I've got just over $16 of USTD. That particular bot was trading with BUSD. So if I had 0 in there and I wanted to start that bot again, I'd need to deposit another $20 in there, because in my case, I'm over trading by $4,000. I'm trading with more money than I've got. Okay. You see, I've got $1,300 that I can trade with, and I've actually got outstanding lots of $1,400. Okay. I've got $1,400 that are already outstanding. Those lots need to be sold so that I can start to make more profits. And the only way to sell those, to get that to sell, is to get my bots back buying again. Because when the market is down, you want your bots buying. You want your bots buying so that they can make profits. Because if the market, the market doesn't go down in a straight line. It always goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, down, go. And that's how it goes in the market. But if you've stopped the bot and it doesn't have the ability to buy in anymore, then it can't make a profit down low. And that means your bots are just going to sit there and do nothing and wait until the price goes up. Well, that's no good to anybody. You want your bots trading down at that lower end. So you want to be adding funds to it to make sure your bot can trade. And it doesn't matter, if you, like I'm over trading before, not all bots are going to all stop at once. You'll find there's certain coins that drop, unless you go into a bear market and Bitcoin goes down. It tends to drag everything with it. It's a bit like a wake of a boat. Now, if you've got bots that are frozen, because they can't buy anymore, because you've actually deleted off lots, don't start them all up. Look at them and say which one has got the best price to near what I bought at, because you can look on the screen. So if I come back to my presentation, share my screen, is it that one? Let's hope it's this one. Share the screen. So let's just see, that's this one. So if I go back to on here, you can see. So if I come down to these bots here that are stopped. So this bot's spent $19, and at the moment, if it was to sell, it would sell for $15. Well, that's a loss, but it's only a loss of $5. So I'm not going to take that loss. So I could say, well, I'll start this bot again, because that price, $5 difference is not much. So that means the bot might want to buy another lot in, or another 2 lots, which will then bring down the average price, because it's showing here the average price is 133 and the current price is 101. If I look over this one here, the average price was 0.8. This one's, look, it's the average price, the current price is 0.4. This one here, look, the average price 6.7. The price current now is 4.2. So what I want it to do is I want that 6.7 average price to start coming down closer to that 4.2. The only way the bot's going to be able to do that is to buy lots now when it's down lower, and it will make a profit and sell. Buy, sell, buy, sell. If that's the bottom, it may have to go down another 2 or 3 lots before it finds the bottom. Once the coin finds its bottom and the market determines that's the bottom, then it will start to make its profit, and it will bring down the average price. And that's what you want your bot to do, is to bring down the average bot. Not seeing your demo screen. Sorry, I think I've corrected that now. Buzz Entertainment. Dex only for me. What are your times? I can't get, I appreciate that this is where we want to be. This is where we want to be. We want to be Dex. Nobody wants this Dex more than I. I was in Cryptopia. I don't know if you ever remember Cryptopia, the New Zealand exchange. I lost a lot of money in Cryptopia. I was in FTX, recent exchange, gone down. I lost a lot of money in that exchange. I got money now sitting in Binance, only $1,300. That's why I don't want to put more money there. I don't trust it. Dex is the way to go. Giving you a timeline, I would like to say the next 72 hours. We feel we're that close. But when you're doing programming that's not been done before, if I want to go and create my own Dex, like PancakeSwap, for example, I could go on GitHub, get the code, and I've created my Dex. A programmer can do that within an hour. So the Dex is creating Dex is easy. But when you're creating something for the first time, trading robots that trade with Dexes, there's a trading robot, another trading robot that I know of that trades only with limited market orders, okay, limit orders. So which means that you choose a price that you want to enter in, and you choose a price that you want to sell at. So that's not a bot, in my opinion, because you're choosing the price to buy in, and you're choosing. You don't say I want it to drop by 2%. With this particular bot, You can say that, but it will trigger it dead on 2%. But what happens if the price goes up by 4% or 5% or 10%? You've lost out on all that profit. So we're building a trading robot, and you could say, well, I want to get, from every trade, I want to get at least 1% profit. But I might get 3%, I might get 4%, I might get 6%. The bot will determine. So our DEX bot, we are so close. You can't believe how close we are. So our DEX bot, I believe we're looking at possibly a week, from this point on, a week. But I can't be 100% certain because we're treading new ground here. We don't know that once we fix the problems we got now, we don't know if that's going to create another problem. So I would love to be able to say it's tomorrow, but I can't. I can't say that because we're treading new ground. We're making new stuff here. And so it's not easy to tell you exactly when we're going to fix that problem. So has anybody else got any more comments? And if not, we can wrap up. Now, guys, in some videos, if you're not subscribed to this channel, you want to make sure you subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the bell notification so you get notified when I upload a new video or when I do another live. I'm going to be doing regular lives. It looks like I'm going to be doing them on a Friday and possibly a Wednesday. So what I'm looking to do is on the Friday ones, I will do later on in the day because I'm here in the UK. And I know in the US, in New York, I think there's about 5 hours difference. Let me just check that. Yeah, so New York is 6:26 a.m. So I'm looking at doing some, I will do some broadcasts in the afternoon on a Friday. So possibly about, 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, which will be US will be 5. It'd be morning time. So I'm looking to broadcast in the afternoon or early evening. I will give exact times once I've worked out what I'm doing, and I'll also be thinking I'll be doing a regular broadcast on possibly a Wednesday for mornings like this one is. So Wednesday, so that will be okay for Australia and China and the UK and Europe, because it will be in the mornings on Wednesday. But let me know in the comments. What you would like me to broadcast, what times you would like. I want to do 2 broadcasts a week. I shall be making videos 5 days a week. I won't do any on the weekends, but I shall be making videos. I've got a fantastic way for you. If you want to make money online, this is what this channel's about. I'm not only going to show you Johnny Blockchain. This is not what it's going to be about. I'm going to do Johnny Blockchain stuff, but I'm also going to be doing how to identify new coins that come into the market and possibly get a life-changing income. I'm also going to be doing some affiliate market training. So for people that want to learn how to make money from affiliate marketing, I'm also going to show you how to get paid to send emails. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how to make passive income, period. This is what this channel is going to be about. Maybe if you follow a lot of other YouTubers, you'll find that with the majority of YouTubers that promote things online, there's a very small handful, and I fit into that handful, that do this full time. Most of them have got a day job because I interact with them and they say, I can't come on there because I'm at work or I'm doing an early shift, I'm doing a late shift. Most of them have got a job. So they've not put their balls on the line. Okay. My balls are on the line because this is my job. I work online full time. I don't do any other jobs. Yeah, I've got a share in a couple of companies, but I don't do anything in those companies, just pick up a little dividend. And I, bought into these companies a long time ago. But my main source of income is I only off-ramp, meaning I own cryptocurrency and put it into fiat currency. Most other YouTubers that I know are earning a day job and they're on-ramping. I want to show you how to do true passive income. True. Now, there's 2 types of people that will want to get into passive income. There's the doers and the don'ters. The doers, okay? The doers are the people that listen Understand the risk involved, because everything you do in life has got risk. Crossing the road has got risk. Every business has risk. You got to understand, or you got to know your risk tolerance. Don't over leverage in anything, in any business. Don't put all your money into one business. Spread your risk. Then there's the people that see everything as a scam. Oh, that's a scam. That's a scam. You know, I've seen there's a certain blog guy that makes blog posts about what he calls scammers. And what's he do? He advertises affiliate programs on there. So he uses clickbait to say everything that everybody else is doing is a scam. Come and join the ones that I am. He won't put his face on the line. He won't come online and put his face, but he'll call everybody a scammer. And you'll get these second other people that go and look and say, oh, look, he's a scammer. He's a scammer. You know, I was in Banner's Broker. The guy got put into prison. I don't know the guy that was in Banner's Broker. I'm going back a long time ago. I was in High Traffic Academy. I don't know the guy. Obviously, Vic Stricehouse, very good marketer. And I don't have any control over these people. I get involved in businesses. I think, yeah, this is where I can make some money. 9 times out of 10, I make money. People say, oh, you only make money because you're recruiting other people. Well, then you can recruit. If everybody doesn't want to recruit, then you want passive income. You want passive. JonnyBlockchain is passive. Okay. I will show you some other stuff that's passive, truly passive. Passive means you set it up, you forget it. Some other things are semi-passive, where you've got to keep going in and checking and tweaking and doing things. They're not real passive. But it doesn't mean you can't make money if you're not passive. It doesn't mean you can't make money if you are passive. You can make money on a broad spectrum. If you're prepared to open your mind up and say, I want to make passive income. And I can tell you this now, once you start to make passive income, there's going to be the biggest problem, the biggest decision you'll ever have to make in your life, because your first goal with passive income is to replace or match your existing income. So if you're on $2,000 a month in your day job, you know, you're getting £2,000 or $2,000, doesn't matter what you're on, you want to match that income. You want to say, well, I want to match that. I want to make in my online journey or in my businesses that I do, my internet marketing or my affiliate programs or my passive income, my crypto account, I want to match my income. So now you start to have your $2,000 or £2,000 here from your day job, and now you match it. Sorry about the hands, just from the ink. Now you match it. And so now you've just doubled your income. The biggest decision you want to do, because if you want to take your income to the next level, you've got to get rid of this day job. You've got to fire the boss. You've got to give up, you know, whatever it is you do in the day. But first off, you need to match that income. And your partner, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is, will fight you hard and say, you doubled your income. Don't give up your job. It's safe. Get out. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone. But first, of course, I realise you've got to put bread on the table, bread and water on the table. You've got to pay the roof over your head. So your first goal is to match your income. The big decision comes is when you say, I'm now going to half my income because I've doubled it, haven't I? Got me day job and I've got this income that I've got online. You've got to take away the day job. Now you're back down to what you had in your day job, but you've got time freedom. You live like a millionaire because you've got time freedom. You can do what you want. You can work when you want. Now you're going to start to increase, because if you can make $2,000 a month, you can make 8. If you can make 8, you can make 16. And you can keep doubling up, doubling up, doubling up. It's not going to happen overnight. If you think you're going to be a millionaire by next Thursday, stay in your day job. You're not going to be a millionaire by next Thursday. But be realistic and start to build up your income, your online income, so that you match what you're earning in your day job. And then I can tell you, life will change for you without a doubt. Right, so what we got now. So as you can see, my YouTube channel's there. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I've got a Discord channel now for JonnyBlockchain. I don't really know much about Discord, so you know, feel free to come and connect with me wherever you are. Try not to inbox me on Facebook, because I don't tend to look on Facebook. If you leave comments below videos like this one you're watching now, I tend to respond to those more, because I use YouTube more than I do Facebook. I don't really use Twitter much. and I'm not an expert on Discord. So YouTube is where you'll find me easiest, I would say. You can create a JonnyBlockchain account for free. Okay, so you don't have to pay any money. And if you're in the USA, okay, or you're anywhere in the world, and you say, look, I want to use JonnyBlockchain. So let me just tell you what you need and what I'm going to give you. So I'm just going to get rid of this again, and I'm going to wrap this up fairly soon. And I'm going to take a breather for 30 seconds because I'm going to go and wash my cloth and clean my hands. Give me a 30 seconds. I need to get a sink. This is my spare bedroom. I work in my bedroom. And this is my spare room where I've got my whiteboard. Now, if you want to join JonnyBlockchain for free, I'm not going to wipe my hands on my trousers. Right, so if you want to join JonnyBlockchain, you can create a free account. Okay, you'll find the link below in the description, or of course, you can find somebody else that's in JonnyBlockchain and join their affiliate link. Okay, now everybody that's in JonnyBlockchain who's got a free account and who's set up one trading robot will be the first people that get access to the DexBot when we go live with the DexBot. Because I want people that are serious. I'm not going to give people access to the DexBot because we're going to limit it. Okay, so we're going to limit it in the beginning to people that want to earn a passive income and that have already set up a trading robot. Now, if I share my screen, and then we won't go much longer because we've gone an hour and a half. So I share my screen and I go to this one, share the screen. Right. So if I come here to getting started, I haven't updated the getting started page at the moment. But what I will be doing is I'll be updating here. So when you come in here, there's a video here that you can watch, and I've got to update this later on. Early part of next week, I'm going to update this I want to see what happens over this weekend to see whether the DexBot is going to be available. But anyway, you'll see that it says in here what you need to do. You need to have a MetaMask wallet with some BNB in there and some BUSD or some UST. A MetaMask wallet. Then it says top up my wallet. So if you come up to finances and you go to my wallet, you need to do what's called a top up. Now, what's the top up for? The top up is so that you can connect your API keys from Binance. Okay, from Binance. If you want to do the centralized exchange thing, if you want to use you need to have some JonnyBlockchain credits. Now you need to connect an exchange. You need 25 credits. Each credit has a face value of $1. Now, what I'm going to do for people that leave a comment behind here, I'm going to give them the 25 credits into their back office. So what you'd need to do is you'd need to create yourself a JonnyBlockchain account. I've got to see it's a new account. And then I'll give you the 25 credits so that you can connect your API keys. You will need at least $5 inside here to cover what JonnyBlockchain charge you for trading fees. Okay. And then that $5, if your robot doesn't make a profit, you don't get charged anything. If your robot makes a profit, then we charge a trading fee. And I'm going to go into that in another broadcast about the affiliate program and the fees and all that are involved. So if you want to set up a trading robot and you opened up a new account and you want to test the water, I'm going to give you 25 credits so that you can connect your Binance.us account. So if you're in the Binance, if you're in the other hemispheres, because you've already been able to join. But if you want to set up a new account and a free account, either under the link that you find below this video, and then reach out to me, you need to have a proper account. You need to have an account that's got your name in there. You need to have an account that's it's the proper account, an email that you open. You would receive an email from me. I will send you information via email. If you haven't got a proper email that you don't open, then you're not going to get the 25 credits. I'll give you the 25 credits so that you can set up your trading robot. Once you've got the 25 credits, you come down here, you click on this thing where here it says, look, exchange API access. Okay, so all you need to do is to click one, because you only want to set one exchange up, and that will either be Binance.com or Binance.us, so that you can use the trading bot. You click on that, buy the credits. That will automatically add the credits to your JonnyBlockchain. Will take the credits from your JonnyBlockchain account. So I would have given you 25. That will go down to 0. You'd be now able to come up to my tools, go down to my exchanges. I've got 9 exchanges because I use the portfolio as well. And you click on this button and you would go through the process of adding the API keys. Now, I've got a video that covers that on my YouTube channel, okay? But it will be on the Getting Started page. There's a video there. If you go to the Getting Started, it will be on there. So if you want to create a free account and try this, it's not going to cost you anything, is it? It's not going to cost you anything, because even if you deposit that $5, I've given you the credits so that you can connect your API keys. Okay, so that's not cost you anything. Then you deposit $5 in there, and you set up a robot. If you don't want to use and the robot doesn't make you any profit, doesn't do anything, which is practically impossible, you say, "Oh no, I've changed my mind. I want to get out." Okay. You can withdraw after 7 days. You can withdraw that $5 back out into your MetaMask wallet. Now, at the moment, withdrawals have not completed, so we've not finished that, but it'll be done by Monday. So I know there's a couple of people got a withdrawal request in because they've made money from downline, and that wallet's that withdrawing system should be completed by Monday. But you can get your funds back out. You will also need some funds inside your Binance account. You'll either need BUSD, you'll either need or USTD, or both, because you can trade with BUSD or USDT, and you'll need some Binance. I've got a video that I made recently. The last video I made shows you how to set everything up. It's so easy to do. Your grandmother could do it. So if you want to get some free credits, 25 credits, so that you can connect your API keys, then create your JonnyBlockchain account, leave me a message below this account, and I'll get you set up. I'll help you to get set up. I'll show you the videos. You've got to do a bit of work yourself. But if you want to start to make a passive income, JonnyBlockchain is a good place to start. And I'm also going to show you how you can take your income to the next level using JonnyBlockchain if you want to do a bit of work. I'm also going to be showing you how to make money from building a list. The money's in the list. I'm going to show you that as well on this YouTube channel. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Click on the bell notification so you get notified when I upload a new video. And ask me any questions you like in the comments. I'm going to wrap things up here now because it's coming up for nearly 2 hours. It's an hour and 42 minutes. And I've had a whale of a time. It's good to be back on these broadcasts. Hopefully you're going to join me soon on another broadcast. As I say, I'm going to be doing 2 a week. Let me know in the comments. What I want to know in the comments is, what times would you like me to do the broadcast if you're in the USA, if you're over that side of the pond. UK, then ones I'm going to be doing in the mornings. I'm not going to be doing anything at the weekends, Monday to Friday. If you've got a day job, I'm sorry, I work Monday to Friday. This is my day job. You'll have to watch the recordings. Also, if you're in the US, I'm asking the question, what exchange would you like me to connect to? What exchange would you like me to connect to? Okay. Tell me in this. Of course, we want the DEX. We want the decentralized. But until we get that decentralized, we need a centralized exchange that people can start to test and try out the robot, ready for when the DEX comes on board. So let me know in the comments what exchange the USA would like to see inside JonnyBlockchain to connect API keys so that you can use the AI trading robot. You have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me. I've loved it. I've loved being back in front of this camera. I love having interaction with you guys. If you've got a YouTube channel and you want me to come on as a guest, I'll be happy to come on. I don't have to talk about Johnny Blockchain, but anything to do with making money online or cryptocurrency or anything like that, I'm happy to discuss it with you. I won't be sharing affiliate links on your YouTube channel because that's your job to do that. But I'd love to come on as a guest on your channel. And if you'd like to come on as a guest to my channel, then reach out to me or Buzz Entertainment there. Or Biz Entertainment, sorry. He's got direct access to me so that you can get on my live show as well. If you want to come on as a guest, I'd love to have you, and we can talk about whatever you like, providing it's to do with cryptocurrency and making money working from home online. Have a fantastic day, guys. Hopefully you loved this video. If you did, give me the thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next broadcast. You have a great day. Bye now.